Did you know that 85% of people say that fear of rejection holds them back in life? I was also a part of that statistic until I learned how to use rejection in my favor. Being bullied as I grew up, I felt that sense of rejection. And then when I was 21 years old, I decided to get into real estate. And trust me, when you are young, brand new, and fresh to the country, you're going to face a lot of rejection. However, I learned along the way that no can teach you something valuable, and things began to click over the years. Now, at the end of this video, you are going to see rejection in a whole new light. Not only how to get over it, but also how to use it as a tool to grow. If you're ready, let me unveil to you how to use rejection as a secret weapon to your success. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. My name is Carys, and this is where we talk about how to elevate your life, unlock your full potential, and become the highest and best version of yourself. How to overcome the fear of rejection. Let's talk about it. First things first, we are going to flip the script on rejection. Now, did you know that the word no could actually be working in your favor? Typically, as humans, when we face rejection, our first thing is that we think it's an ending point, but really, it can be leading you into something better. I love the phrase that rejection is God's redirection, because you can see it in a way that even though you are getting a no, He is leading you into something better. He is leading you into something greater. One way that I like to describe it is when you're bowling. And I'm not necessarily good at bowling, so I would always want to have the bumpers up. But if you imagine when you were bowling as a kid, typically you have those bumpers, those railings up on the side of the lane. Imagine those bumpers are rejection. So as you're going down the lane, those bumpers are pushing you back where you need to be. That is what's going on. Rejection has always seemed to be in such a negative light, but when you think about it in your past experiences, it's typically led to something better, whether it be a relationship that didn't work out, whether it be a job that you didn't get. Typically, what happens is that when something is a no, when you are facing rejection, it's typically guiding you and holding you back because there's something better around the corner. So first thing that we need to do is flip the script and trust that there is a reason why you're facing rejection in this particular moment. So instead of thinking about it in a negative way, we're going to focus more on the positive. Think about it being a blessing in disguise. I'm sure you can even recall of some instances where you face rejection and then you realize in hindsight later on that it was a great thing you did get rejected from that particular thing. A blessing in disguise. So now we've flipped the script on seeing rejection in more of a positive light. The next thing that we are going to do is find the lesson. So instead of asking why did I get that no? Why didn't I get that job? Why didn't this person want to be with me? Look at it in a way of it is trying to teach you something. As a Christian, I will ask God, what is it you are trying to teach me in this particular moment? What can I learn from this situation? Now, I know it is easier said than done. Typically, what happens is when we're going through a certain situation, it is after the fact that we then discover what the lesson is. However, there are times and situations where you will be able to see the lesson inside of it. Sometimes when you are facing rejection, it can often be a light shining on particular areas that you may need to improve in. Personally, taking that responsibility yourself. When you're faced with a scenario that you're seeing a lot of rejection, take personal responsibility and say, what can I improve on? And then also you want to give the other party grace. The thing is, you may be talking to somebody when they're having a bad day. You may be in a relationship with someone that didn't work out, but they're going through their own battles that they need to face on their own before they can commit to another person. You don't know what that other person is going through, so giving them grace can help diffuse the situation. There's a part in the Bible where Jesus says to pray for those who persecute us, which I know that is hard. Trust me, I get it, but it ties into this that even if someone is rejecting us in a mean way or a rude way, we have to pray for them. We have to give them grace. We have to give them patience, because that's what he says to do. So how do you actually build up rejection resilience? Let's get into it. First things first, you need to have emotional mastery. It is the key to handling rejection like a pro. For me personally, as I was growing up being bullied, I felt rejected. I didn't fit in the school I grew up in the UK. And then I moved to America, and then I didn't fit in there because I was the foreign one. And I came in sophomore year, so everyone had already got their little cliques already. It was just a rough time growing up, but facing a lot of that rejection, it then bled into my adult years. Then, like I said before, when I went into real estate, I was young, I was new to the industry, new to the area, new to the country, new in all aspects I could possibly be. So I faced a lot of rejection. One of the main things that helped me in this situation was education. I couldn't help that I was new to the area. I couldn't help that I was young, but what I could help was my knowledge and my competence about the industry and the market. One of the mottos that I live by is competence equals confidence. So the more that I learned, the more I studied everything about the market, about the area, everything I could know about the industry, I built my confidence. If you have confidence because you are competent, the no won't faze you. This is one of the reasons why I always say to focus on yourself, focus on your strengths, focus on building up yourself to be the highest and best version of you, building up the rejection resilience, because then it doesn't sting as bad. Your bounce back time is so much less. You dust yourself off, you get up, and you go again. Another thing that you need to do is be your number one fan. You may have heard me say this before, but I'm going to tell you why it is crucial when it comes to rejection resilience. And that is because when you are constantly seeking validation externally, you're looking for other people to validate you, rejection is going to hurt. Rejection is going to sting, and it's going to set you back. If you're constantly looking to other people to validate you, learn how to value and to validate yourself, and things like rejection will feel like nothing. It will just be, okay, next. That didn't work out. Okay, next. Have tunnel vision to build up yourself so that you can flip your mindset into one like that. Rejection is not a personal attack, but what it is valuable feedback. How can I improve? How can I build? What do I need to do in order to not get a no next time? And one of the last things that you can do, which will truly help you build rejection resilience, is to keep getting rejected. Keep putting yourself in certain situations where you will face no, because every single no will lead you to the next yes. And every single no will hurt a little bit less than the last one. Getting yourself out of your comfort zone, getting yourself out in front of people, meeting people, doing things that scare you a little bit, it's going to build up your rejection resilience, so it's not going to hurt you anymore. Okay, we flipped the script on seeing it as a bad thing, and we realize that we can leverage it as a tool. We have looked for the lesson and the things that we can learn from this specific rejection and what the situation can teach us. We have built and are continuing to build our rejection resilience. Now, how do you leverage it for success? So let me ask you this. Did you know that most people who face a lot of rejection actually turn out to be the most successful people? Let me tell you about a couple. One of the biggest, J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Yes, that one. Multi-billionaire. She was rejected from multiple publishers when she was trying to release Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone. It's different in the UK. She was told that there was no market for children's books. Harry Potter, one of the most popular books, movie series, it's theme parks around the world. J.K. Rowling was rejected time after time, and she did not stop. She did not let the no's stop her into pursuing what she wanted to pursue. Next, Oprah Winfrey, fired for her job as a TV reporter because she was told she was unfit for TV. Oprah, one of the biggest TV shows in the world, rejected time after time, told no, did not let it stop her. You've got Steven Spielberg, one of the most historic and influential filmmakers in cinema, rejected from the University of South Carolina Cinematic Arts School. He was rejected from the program, struggled to get jobs in Hollywood, and then ended up having his first break when he made Jaws. Time after time, you see these people who used rejection as a stepping stone for their success, refining their work and persisting until they found the right opportunity that was for them. At the end of the day, it's just not letting rejection stop you. Another thing that rejection can do is it can be used as a filtering mechanism. It can help you in order to identify opportunities that you are supposed to be pursuing and steer you away from the ones that you aren't. So just like I was saying, the bumpers in a lane for bowling, it's nudging you back into places that you're supposed to be going rather than going down the wrong direction. Trust the process, that it's going to narrow your path, and use it as feedback on how you can improve personally. Take that responsibility and figure out what you can do to take yourself to the next level in order to be better. Now, one thing that I do want to say, and arguably it might be the most important, it is to embrace it with grace. You need to learn how to maintain integrity and your composure when you are facing rejection. The more that you don't allow yourself to get emotional, the better. That is why I preach emotional intelligence, because the more that you get rejected, the more that you're able to handle your own emotions and then other people's as well, which is what emotional intelligence is. But when you're face to face with rejection, if you are able to see it in a positive way, find that lesson inside of it, brush yourself off, figure out what you can do to be better, take it as feedback, and then move on. You're going to build up in ways in yourself that you could never imagine. I have a full video on emotional intelligence and how to build it. I will leave it linked in the description below, because learning how to handle emotions, it will make all of this a lot easier. So embrace it with grace, keep your composure, and then also combat it with immediate gratitude. Just because you got a no and you face rejection, there are still so many things in your life to be thankful for, to be grateful for. So when you face that, if you can immediately stop and think about the things to be grateful for, it's going to help you flip that script a lot easier in order to see it in a positive light. So I want to know, what one way do you plan on using rejection as a tool this coming week? Drop it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Embrace the possibility of rejection and just watch how it transforms your life. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you subscribe and you'll enjoy this video to watch next. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.